Fire everything. Now. Turn those damn cannons around. The frantic screaming of our Grand Fleet commanders couldn't save us. The empty void of the Sol system was already choked with the radioactive wreckages of our pride. 10,000 years of imperial military calculations had dictated that conquering Earth would require a methodical, grinding, 100-year campaign. We had brought century-long supply lines, multi-generational spreadsheets, and automated troop carriers built to wage an endless war of slow, clinical attrition. It took the humans exactly 48 hours to turn our entire century-long grand strategy into a smoking cosmic graveyard. I'm Fleet Strategist Vane, an elite advisor for the Valari Coalition. Our high-tech quantum computers had run the numbers 1,000,000 times before we dropped out of hyperspace. Humanity was a young, fragile species. Their biology lacked natural armor, their planet was politically fractured, and they didn't even possess localized, planet-wide energy shields. According to every imperial algorithm, they were mathematically destined to slide into submission after a few decades of systematic, relentless pressure. But our high-tech helmets couldn't calculate the sheer, unmitigated madness of human total war. The moment our pristine, 10-kilometer super dreadnoughts dropped anchor and issued the standard ultimatum of century-long colonial annexation, the humans didn't slide into defensive panic. They didn't even try to negotiate a resource concession on our spotless floorboards. Instead, our secure, quantum-encrypted emergency radio channel violently short-circuited. It erupted with a single, chilling subspace broadcast from a tattered human commander chewing on a dead cigar. "You boys packed a 100-year lunch," his voice rasped over the comms, cracked like old, dry leather. "Too bad you're only staying for 2 days." Before our tactical sensors could even process the threat, the humans did something that completely broke our military doctrine. They didn't deploy elegant energy fleets or wait to defend their cities. Instead, they triggered automated planetary mining rigs across their entire solar system, overloading their quantum fusion cores simultaneously. They intentionally weaponized their own heavy industrial infrastructure, turning their asteroid belts into hot, kinetic mining fields and creating hundreds of localized, artificial microsupernovas directly inside our tight orbital blockade lines. All caps for emphasis can't describe the absolute, paralyzing terror that choked our command deck as the sky literally tore open in a blinding, deafening flash of radioactive fire. Our elegant, gold-plated anti-energy mesh was completely useless against that level of raw, unrefined environmental trauma. Pristine Imperial cruisers were shattered like cheap glass, their internal structural matrices popping and hissing as multi-ton fragments of detonated human moons punched clean through our kinetic shields at 3% the speed of light. They didn't use clean lasers, they just threw the raw weight of shattered mountains at us. By hour 24, our multi-generational supply lines were completely severed, burning in the empty dark. The human fleet didn't stop to rest. They ignored all safety protocols, burning their own sublight engines past the red line just to ram our retreating destroyers. By hour 48, our unbeatable armada was listing heavily into the toxic atmosphere of their world, its engines sputtering a dull, dying orange. The Imperial spreadsheets had failed us. Alien logic says you conserve your assets, protect your borders, and plan for the long game to ensure survival. But humans? Their chaotic evolutionary history of trenches and mud meant that when faced with a century of survival under an alien boot, they would rather pull the entire burning sky down into the dirt with them. They don't run on numbers. They run on pure defiance. The remnants of our grand fleet scattered into deep space in absolute, terrified awe. The giant royal guards dropped their plasma halberds onto the floorboards, realizing their pristine military doctrines were nothing but kindling for a human fire. The universe thinks everything can be managed with sleek programming, clean simulations, and massive gold titles. They assume our soft skin means we run on the same cold calculations. But when a human looks at your 100-year war and treats it like a weekend project, your empire is already dead. So, next time you think you can plan a multi-generational war against Earth, don't wait for the second day. Just run.